I didn't see you there. Uh, what am I doing? I'm watching a movie that has to do with the impossible Easter egg. Want to hear about it? What am I kidding? You don't have a choice. This movie's called Time Bandits. It inspired a lot of things in COD Zombies, especially the Aether story in Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 4. Let me fire up the projector and I'll show you exactly why this movie is important to not just COD Zombies, but the impossible Easter egg. The first topic I want to get out of the way is, well, the impossible Easter egg blueprint. Here it is in case you haven't seen. And then here is, well, the blueprint from Time Bandits. It's eerily similar. Here's a kind of side to side or above, below kind of frame of both blueprints just to give you an idea of how similar they are and where you can see the clear references and inspirations from the Time Bandits blueprint. Now, looking at my notes I took while watching the movie about the blueprint, I'm going to go over some of the things the blueprint can do. All right, for one, this blueprint can travel through time periods. The whole big thing about the movie is traveling through different time periods and stealing stuff. The movie's called Time Bandits. This is kind of hard to explain, but the blueprint shows the entire universe, obviously. I mean, look at it, but it also shows time. This shows present, future, and past. I can't really explain it, but I mean, that's really what it shows. This map can also open portals itself and can travel anywhere, past, present, future, any place or any time period. While taking these notes about everything the blueprint can do, it kind of hit me. What else do we know can do all this stuff in the COD Zombie series? To me, everything connects to the summoning key. The summoning key can do all of that and more. And when you look at the COD Zombies blueprint, what's on there? The summoning key. I believe the impossible Easter egg blueprint is only there to show us the inspiration that they got for the summoning key and to explain its abilities. Now let me explain why I believe this. Before I share my evidence, I want to tell you guys that Glitching Queen did an interview with the people who designed the blueprint about 6 months ago, and they said they were given some images to put on the blueprint and make it look like it's on the blueprint, but they're also told to throw in some red herrings. Now let's go over what the blueprint actually shows. Now, aside from the obvious summoning key, hypercubes, and the CAN-44, on the sides we have creation of the ekpyrotic universe, string theory diagram with world lines, world sheets, world volume, and we have a wormhole. And then the circles, I believe they show times, dates through planets. And what can the summoning key do? Travel through time, through dimensions, create portals or wormholes. This is just showing everything that the summoning key is capable of. And yes, it's capable of creating universes. That's why the ekpyrotic universe creation is there. This blueprint was made for us to find it in the earlier stages of Black Ops 3. That's why it's on the giant, and it's supposed to explain to us what the summoning key is capable of before it's explained to us. Now let's talk about the person who created Time Bandits blueprint. He is called the Supreme Being, and he was the inspiration for Dr. Monte, who created the blueprint of the KN-44 hypercube. Now, this is a clear inspiration for Dr. Monte. He dresses like Dr. Monte. He created the blueprint, obviously, but he created a lot of other things. He created evil beings. He created life in general, and he manifests different ways. Sometimes the movie appears as a giant head, and then he just appears at the end of the movie as just a normal guy. He's basically God. Dr. Monte's done a similar thing where he assists human life for a little bit in his kind of loop. He creates Group 935. He creates perks. He does all this stuff to assist the group in trying to keep this loop of his perfect world. Call of Duty Zombies also took many other inspirations from this movie, such as the design for Primus Nikolai. Here's the design of a dwarf who's a main character in the movie, and here's a design for Nikolai. They're both eerily similar. Now, there are some other stretches I want to make that kind of connect to the movie. The main boy being Samantha Maxis, where it kind of all was in his head in terms of where they went in a way, or teased it towards the end of the movie. Agartha was also kind of hinted at, where being the boy's house, everything else is kind of destroyed. A time loop was also hinted towards the end of the movie, but I think this is kind of a stretch. I think I'm just kind of looking for stuff to connect to COD Zombies. Black Ops 4 definitely took a lot more inspiration from this movie, such as like the big time jumps, how we went from Ajax to being Roman, kind of Coliseum vibes to the Titanic to Dead of the Night. It's a lot of time jumps, and there's a lot of time jumps in the movie that directly correlate with the maps of Black Ops 4, such as IX being a Roman Coliseum slash temple. And there's exactly that in the movie. And for Voyage of Despair, obviously it's on the Titanic, but there's also a point in the movie that the dwarves and the kid are directly on the Titanic. Not only that, but the group in the Roman part of the movie looks exactly like the Order. I think for the Impossible Easter egg, we should throw the blueprint kind of out of the window or put it to the side a little bit and not focus on it. I think the main focus points we should focus on are John Dee and the books from Dreisendrack and how hypercubes kind of fit with the ritual circles and stuff. I think that's the direction we should be heading and not solely focusing on the blueprint. Speaking of John Dee, he's going to be the focus of my next Impossible Easter egg video, and it's going to be a lengthy video. It's a lot of research. I love reading, so I'm reading a bunch of his books, annotating almost every page I can. And it's going to be a great video. I don't know when it's going to be pushed out, but hopefully in the coming few days. So get ready, stay tuned.